Hello and welcome to episode 2 of whatever we called this podcast. 6GCast?
Something
Yeah,
like that.
probably that.
Yeah.
6GCast. Episode 2 of 6GCast. We've got a much trimmed down roster of presenters this week.
Already halved.
Yeah, the first one went so badly, we've lost most of our staff. James has fled to America.
Yeah.
Luke has apparently... He suggested that we record the podcast tonight, and then he realised that England were playing football and decided that he wouldn't come and join us because he wants to sit and watch the England game.
Bear in mind, he only notified us of this decision like 15 minutes ago. So
Yeah.
we've all been like getting ready, and then he was just like, he didn't even actually say, "I'm going to watch the football, guys. I can't make it." He just said, "The England's game on." Funny face.
I am here, but I'm just finishing my Overwatch game, so bear with me.
Okay, cool.
We're
cool.
defending
But-
Volskaya. It's going well. So
Didn't you think, like, when Ev was like, "Yeah, I'm just going to start recording," you're like, "I probably should say that I'm in the middle of a game."
that wouldn't be anywhere near as funny.
Oh my God, Luke's commented. The saga unfolds live.
Live updates. He can come online after it's finished. Fuck
What?
off,
No.
Luke.
Well, we're literally recording right now.
After the
Yeah,
podcast or
well.
after the football game?
Live reaction. We'll give you live reactions to the football scores and Luke's shit excuses. It's 0-0 at the moment. That'll probably be a statement that can apply for most of this podcast because that's the way football works. Do you think they have a hairdresser at half time to like tidy up their hair a bit?
I think so.
Yeah,
Just
their hair does seem to remain creepily perfect throughout the game.
like every so often, we just come along and just give it a bit of a. You know, like in when you see behind the scenes things on films and television, there's always like the makeup girl who runs on and like dabs the news anchor's forehead and reapplies some blush or something like that. I imagine that would happen
Be a
at
makeup
football.
man as well, Chard. Let's not be sexist.
So the hairdresser for the football team would come out of the kitchen, leave a tray of sandwiches and tea behind, show deference to the patriarchy, and then attend to the players' hair.
Yeah.
No. I don't know.
So video games, huh?
Yeah, maybe we should talk about video game. We haven't even actually done the intro successfully yet.
Oh,
so
did that get interrupted in the intro? Oh.
we do have with us. We did Who Isn't Here, but we didn't do Who Is Here.
Yes.
So we have
Got the most important bit, at least.
we have me, Ed, your host. Hi. We also have Chard
What up?
and Susie.
Hello.
So we're going to start with a quick round of what are we playing
Whoa.
at the moment.
Woo!
What are we playing at the moment? Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I think we need more theme tunes, more jingles for these sections.
I'm going to make up a theme song for every section this time.
Nice.
That was that one.
What am I playing? Well, I've stopped playing Overwatch, which is
Good.
probably for the best.
Did you win or lose?
We won. We absolutely destroyed them on Volskaya.
You can just
Nice.
say anything, though.
I think my my version of Overwatch seems to be broken because you can't seem to win on it.
You can't seem to win on it, but that's because you're
I
a
think
scrub.
it's a bug. Well, everyone who's tested my install of it hasn't been able to win.
Right.
So I think
Oh,
it's
so you
bugged.
actually bought Overwatch and have been playing it?
Yeah.
Didn't it make you feel motion sick? Or did it
No.
not?
So
Oh.
we did actually about like 4 hours on Wednesday, I think.
Yeah,
And then
quite a
I've
lot.
done another full evening of playing it, and then I dipped into it a bit on Thursday as well. For listeners who don't know my medical history, which there's
As all the
might be a
doctors
few
suddenly
of you out
file through looking for...
so usually I don't play first-person games because they make me feel really sick. I get motion sick, and that's never really bothered me too much because first-person games don't appeal very much generally, but Overwatch really appealed because it's brightly coloured and anime, and that's kind of generally what I like in games, but it was annoyingly in first person. So I've been playing it with these little, well basically they're bullshit placebo wristbands that you put on around your wrist, and apparently via some principle
The
of
placebo effect.
acupressure, that's it. They apply pressure to the astral zones of your wrists and stop you from vomiting. And I've also moved the monitor further away from me, which apparently helps. And it doesn't feel too bad playing it, and I'm absolutely addicted to it. Like it's really
good.
really good.
To get off, it was interesting you said the thing about the brightly coloured, because Jim did a Jim Sterling episode about it's so interesting that Overwatch is for once a first-person shooter where they've moved away from the dingy, grey sort of like post-apocalyptic, and it's actually it's going to be bright and coloured, and it's really successful. And he was talking about why of game design has only just realised now that hey, this can work as well, and it doesn't all have to be one thing.
Hashtag not sponsored by Jim Sterling.
Hashtag I love Jim Sterling.
I think I am just attracted to brightly coloured games. Like a lot, that's the thing with a lot of first-person shooters. You look at a screenshot of it, and after you've sort of trained your eyes to pick out the difference between brown and grey, you can just about make out that there's a sort of surly-looking mercenary man there who looks like Mr. Generic Mercenary Man. He's got a gun. He's killing some other men.
I think it also helps. Because a lot of people talk about like why games, what's the difference between having good graphics and having a good art style. So like Final Fantasy VI, everyone knows what that game looks like because RPG Maker makes every game look like it now. But it's an art style that looks good no matter how old it gets.
Is that the one that looks a bit like Kanye West Quest West?
Absolutely, yes. But the art style still looks good to this day because it's it's cohesive. It looks well made. Whereas something like early PlayStation 1 games where the 3D aged horrendously badly, and then all the generic shooters that could be any other game, nothing sort of stands out. So something like Overwatch came out, and instantly it was bright and colourful. The characters were interesting. People got really excited by them.
I think one thing though that it does have going against it is you don't get a lot of Gears of War porn, as far as I'm aware.
Google. Let's find out.
People are also really excited that the new Battlefield game, I think it's got the most likes of any trailer in history or something, because it's not for once, it's not set in like some modern warfare thing. It's back to like the First World War, and that people are really excited that it's a new setting that isn't just like generic Call of Duty, like some random modern warfare thing.
I just heard loads of bitching about that, but then when you listen to most podcasts, about 90% of it is bitching. Like, there's very little people actually getting genuinely excited and liking games. There was this brief period where Doom just came out, and like everyone absolutely loved Doom, and you got like a couple of weeks of positivity on gaming podcasts, and now it's back to like, wants to be oh my god, we've got to go to E3.
Yeah, after a few weeks of agreeing, then everyone wants to start saying like, nah, shit, really. Where do you guys stand on this whole? I've forgotten the issue. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm dead against it.
Do you know what?
I am so against it.
Whatever Ed says, I'm the opposite, and we're gonna fight it out.
Which side does Boris Johnson support?
Yeah.
That's how I make my decisions.
There's a debate about some people saying, the in-game transactions are fine because it's only like aesthetically, it doesn't matter. But other people saying, but because that's the only reward system in the game, it's still like a kind of annoying, like, free-to-pay element in it. Do you think
I blame Obama.
So I don't much like the loot box system because I don't really sort of get anything from it that I care about. But because I don't care about anything that I could or couldn't get from it, then it kind of just is an insignificant thing to me. And the reward system for me is that I really fucking enjoy the game, so I get quite rewarded by being able to play the game. So the loot box system it's not very good, but it does fade into a complete irrelevance for me in my experience of playing the game, just because if I get a loot box, I'm kind of like, well, I can't be fucked to open that now because I want to play another game. It's not like, yes, I got a loot box.
I think there's two things they could do that would instantly make the loot boxes good. One is make all the skins and everything directly buyable with real money if you wanted to, as well as the in-game currency. Two, make duplicates be the same monetary value as the actual thing. So if you get a skin that's 75 currency, you don't get 15 currency as a duplicate. You get the 75. So you can just basically trade it.
I think that's why people are a bit annoyed, because they've obviously done that very deliberately. Like, they must have known, it'd be easier and nicer if we did that. But they kind of want to make people buy more.
I know, I kind of get why, because Hearthstone does what it does, and you get packs and cards a lot faster in Hearthstone. It's also kind of the point of Hearthstone that it's a collectible card game. So it makes sense the way they do it there. You open a pack, you get 5 cards, you get the opportunity to dust them if you don't like them, and then you can use that dust to craft cards that you actually do want. That makes sense in a game that's actually about collecting and has a lot of cards. Overwatch doesn't have as much stuff, so that model I don't think works as well. I think they should have done it a lot more the way Heroes of the Storm does it, where you can just buy things. But I do like the random element of it, but I can understand why people get frustrated by it.
Actually, I think one thing that Overwatch doesn't quite deliver on, I remember, you've just reminded me, like when I first opened a card pack in Hearthstone, that feels so awesome. Like just everything about that, the way that you like get it there glowing and you drag it into the middle and then it blows open. You like mouse over them all and see them glowing. In Overwatch, it's just like open the loot crate, boom, here's some sprays.
Yeah. That was Jim's angle, because like Total Biscuit's angle was kind of like
fucking hell.
His angle was like, I don't really care about aesthetics in game. It's not that important element. Like it doesn't affect the gameplay, so I don't care. Whereas Jim was like, actually, it is quite an important element for some people, including me. And like the main thing I enjoy about a game is leveling up and getting different skins and getting excited about that. And it's kind of like there's not a way to get that quickly because the loot crate, as you say, it's just like, what was it? The thing you get sprays or something.
The difference between that the difference between that and Hearthstone though is that every time you open a card pack, you're getting cards that you can possibly put into a deck. And while, you might not get that one card you need, or you might not get a legendary, it's still a card that you can go, okay, I can dust that and make a new card, but I could have got that card. If you're looking for a specific skin, not only are there rarities, so it's likely you won't get a certain skin because of that, it's also, you're going to get something you don't give a rap about, like the icons or a spray for a character you don't even play.
The icons are shite as well. Like Blizzard have got an amazing art team, and the icons look sort of like they've been drawn in Microsoft Paint by somebody who's just learned of the idea of cut-out art style, and they're bollocks.
But Overwatch is really good, so
But yeah, that's the thing. Like there's a lot of it that's bullshit, but it's so utterly irrelevant to really enjoying the game that I still love it. I still absolutely love the game. And the bit of it that I love is playing matches of it. And I'm really shit at it because I've never played first-person games. It's like entering a, I don't know, like, like sack races at school sports days.
Yeah.
It's like everyone else in the world.
I want to see where this is going.
Everyone else in the school hops around in sacks all the time, and I walk, and then suddenly there's sports day and it's the sack race, and I've got to get in a sack, and I'm shit at it because everyone else just knows how to do. Like, I watch kill replays, and there's me like lining up a snipe shot for like 10 seconds, missing. From behind them, the person just casually, you see in the kill cam, swings round, headshots me instantly, turns back round, like kills 2 more people, just all in one smooth motion, and that's just like the standard of play that presumably to people who play first-person shooters, things like hitting their targets are quite easy to achieve. But for me, actually aiming at things, can't do it.
God knows who plays that game on a controller.
I love how we haven't actually even talked about our first topic yet. We've just... No, our first topic was games we were playing. And
we're playing Overwatch.
Chard. Oh, you both playing Overwatch? Is that both?
Playing the shit out of it. I will say this. Last night, I came across my first player on Overwatch who was over level 100.
Me.
Well, yeah, that's true. No, I don't know what it was. He was... So, under everyone's portrait in the score screen, it shows their player level. And this guy it was a Zenyatta, and he had level 15 and a star, like a little gold bronze star underneath it. And I was like, what the fuck's that? Looked at his player profile. He has over 300 wins. He's played over 100 hours just as Zenyatta. His second most played character was Zarya at like 3 hours. I was like, the game's not even been out 2 weeks, mate. What? Get laid. What's going on?
Guys, important update, half-time, 0-0.
Oh, shit. Is that half-time
well worth it.
Yeah.
Seems well worth it. So anyway, sorry, I think we should probably get off Overwatch. I would like to submit 2 games I have played, one of which is really good and one of which is really infuriating. The first game I am playing, we'll start with the good one, is in fact the new Doom, which we've mentioned slightly earlier.
I'll just cut out all the shit and make that a smooth segue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Remember when they were talking about Doom? Is actually the new Doom.
I feel like we're going to have to cut a lot of shit out of this.
That sentence will start. We'll start with that one.
It's all gold. All gold.
Doom, yeah, it's really freaking awesome. Like, I was skeptical because Doom 3 wasn't particularly good, and I've been playing, like, I think I first played the original Doom when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and like it's one of those games that is part of my childhood so much, and so that sort of, I mean, I re-download it and play it again at least every year, just blast my way through Doom 2. It's so easy to play, and it's a game that just hasn't aged. And Doom, the new one, really does have that very quick pick up and play feel to it. It's fucking awesome, just running around blowing the shit out of demons. And then one of the glory kills I particularly like is you knock them on the floor, grab the guy's leg, and then bend it over his body to smash his own skull with his own foot. It's just silly shit like that. And you can double jump, for fuck's sake. There's no fall damage unless you fall a really long way. It's just good old-fashioned, glorious violence.
Killing lots of shit.
It's fucking amazing. I've been having an absolute joy. So I recommend that. Play Doom.
Never played a Doom game. You little sack boy.
All I'm
bouncing around in your sack.
Fucking Christ.
Sorry, Chard.
Jesus.
Look, it's the B team. What do you expect?
Yeah, we should be on that football field. Okay, and then the second game I played is an older one. It's Mega Man 1 for the NES, which came out in 1986, I think. You don't know what Mega Man is?
Are you playing that on a NES, or are you emulating it?
I played it on my 3DS, which is great because the 3DS has a feature where you can basically do a save state onto the system's memory. So you can basically save scum on a 3DS, and it makes Mega Man possible. No, I downloaded a load of old NES, like the old classic games that everyone should have played from history. Like I've got the original Zelda, I've got the old Marios, I've got Tetris, and I got Mega Man because it's a genre I've never played, and it is fucking impossible. I don't know how anyone back in the day ever completed that game legitimately. It is bollocks. It is absolute fucking wank. But I've nearly finished it.
Cool.
It's infuriating.
It doesn't look amazing from the pictures, but.
Is it not up to current gen graphics standards?
No, not really.
Oh.
I can't be honest. Compare it to like some other NES games. It actually looks really fucking good.
Has it got at least 9 or more bits?
It's only got 8, I'm afraid.
No,
but the platform
looks so sort of. I don't know what. So camp somehow.
Oh, is it the cover art? Yeah, that is. Yeah, the second picture there. Yeah, the classic.
Are you giving me editing work here?
I think to be honest, if I mention the American Mega Man NES cover art, most people will know what it looks like. It's a fairly legendary piece of shit. But the platforming is so ridiculously precise, and it does that thing that Castlevania did, where if you get hit by an enemy, you get knocked back. So you like jump across a platform, which is like an easy jump, and the screen scrolls, and when the screen scrolls, suddenly an enemy will spawn and start coming towards you, and you're already in a jump, so you can't avoid it. So it hits you, so you get knocked back off the platform you're going to land, fall down a pit and die, and you only get 2 lives. If you lose those 2 lives, you go all the way back to the stage select screen, losing all the checkpoints you've done.
Basically, Mega Man's too hard for you. That's what you're saying.
It's the reason the phrase Nintendo hard exists. So I am abusing the shit out of the glitches, and I am abusing the shit out of the fucking save scumming. But it's a good game. I recommend it to anyone who's got a 3DS. Oh, actually, 3DS owners, the Virtual Store has a 50% sale on at the moment for some of their downloadable only stuff. Most of it's shit, but check it out. There's some good stuff.
Are you still playing your 3DS? Because mine sits in the spare bedroom next to the charger, but not actually plugged into the charger, with its battery never with any charge in it.
I use it to play.
First world problems.
I just can't bring myself to bend down and plug it in.
In the spare room.
I use it to play old games and Smash. That's about it. It's like how my Vita is like. The Vita is one of the most powerful handhelds that has ever existed, and I use it to play Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a portable Final Fantasy generator. That's about it.
So I'm playing a game on my Vita
my
at the
God,
moment,
can I
which
talk about my
segues
game
nicely
now?
in.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, all right, okay. As long as yours is a better segue than that, which was going to be the only fucking smooth segue on this episode of the podcast. Let's see
how
what
do
you
you want
can
me
do.
to segue? What are you wanting me to segue into? I just wanted to talk about the game I was playing, but I didn't realise we were going back.
All right. Well,
no, I was segueing into the fucking game that I was playing, which followed on beautifully from what Chard said.
Who had Overwatch? Because that's
we
what
both did.
Conversation spawned from.
Look, Chard had 3. This follows the same rules where James picked his one choice of Street Fighter character last week. We can have as many as we like.
I was going to make the joke that you should wait till the next football update, and then we can make a joke about asking what league the players are in and how whether or not they might or not be legends. Oh, I wonder what game Susie wants to talk about.
Some people actually like it still, you know. Well, I don't.
That was your segue!
Oh. Well, the game that I'm currently playing is League of Legends. Although I'm not quite sure why anymore, because it's changed so much. Like, they have a new patch, like, every month. And now they've added...
Has it got a rhythm dancing mode now?
No. It's got a dragon that spawns, but the dragon's not the same anymore. You can have one of 4 dragons, and you know which one's spawning by a symbol. But some are worth getting, and some aren't worth... Yeah, I know. Some are worth getting, some aren't worth getting. Then there's a Rift Herald. I'm not exactly sure what that does. And it's all just so complicated. And I usually... just like logging on and playing ARAM, where it just randomly selects your champions and you all go mid and you just try and kill each other. But they've done something with the mage updates that's made that feel really imbalanced, so it's not fun anymore, because it's either you just get crushed by an enemy team or you completely annihilate the enemy team with no effort. So I kind of really don't like the changes that they're making to LoL. And I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if anyone who listens to this plays LoL, because no one I know.
Someone will.
Does, but it just feels really not as fun as it used to be, and I'm not exactly sure what they've done to make it feel that way.
Just got so many first world problems to deal with.
Yeah, no, there's so many spare rooms.
Too many football matches to watch, so little time.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
the spare room isn't going to hoover itself, but that Dyson sure will make fast work of it.
Hashtag not sponsored by Dyson.
I've been playing... well, hang on. Could you segue me into it? Could you talk about portable console, like handheld consoles?
Yeah, I haven't been using my 3DS at all. It's just been sat in my gazebo.
Sat in your gazebo?
Yeah. My spare gazebo. I have more than a spare room. I have a spare gazebo.
On my Vita right now, I am playing Trails of Cold Steel. Have you seen this? Have you heard of it? Heard about this? So, I've not played a Trails of game before. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know. There's like Tales of.
Yeah, the Tales
that's
of.
A series.
Oh, really?
I don't know if Trails of is also a series. Maybe it is. I don't know. But anyway, this one, Trails of Cold Steel, and that refers to railways.
Oh, so, wait a minute. I think I've heard of this.
You might be interested in this now, Chard. It's like Train Simulator. It's not like Train Simulator. It's like a... So, I'm playing it all wrong, because I'm playing it for like 15, 20 minutes before I go to sleep. I kind of finish playing Overwatch, go and wash myself, which I've neglected to do all day due to playing Overwatch. And then just before bed... I'll play like a little bit of this, and it's definitely a JRPG that you're meant to plow hours and hours into, because typically in like 15 minutes I'll fight 2 random battles. So it's the thing that I like about it is that it's just sort of really like Persona 4, because you go to a school, you go to this military academy, where you are a guy who seems kind of average in a class of people who are all like super awesome with their weapons and stuff. There's a ginger one, which is nice. You're all like the super elite ones at the school, so you've been singled out to be in a special class because you're super special for some reason. And you're going to get sent out on various missions and things. And there are bits where you like get a free afternoon and you have to go and find members of your class and choose which one to spend time with. And that improves the strength of your link attacks. There's no summoning of personas, which is a bit of a shame. It's all right. It looks really nice. It's got this sort of what's it like? It's like like Breath of Fire 3, where it's kind of like there's technology, but like it's just kind of coming back round again. and they're just sort of starting to understand it, and there's a bit of magic involved in powering the technology and stuff like that. It's an alright world. So far the quests are all bullshit. There's not really... The relationships between the characters are completely bullshit. But it seems a bit like Persona, so it's making me want to play it.
I googled it and I came up to the Wikipedia page. If you can understand this, Ed, you're a greater man than me. But it just says, Senno Kaseki does away with the Sepith count associated with quartzes, which means Orville arts no longer depend on the overall Sepith count on a single line, but is instead based on the quartz you equip. E.g., equipping the Firebolt quartz allows your character to use the art Firebolt. Equipping HP 1 only increases your HP and does not give you any arts because the Sepith system is not in place. What the literal balls does that mean?
Right, so my understanding of that, orbs are sort of like materia, right? You get these orb things that you equip into slots in your weapons and armour, and they let you use abilities. Sepith is the currency. So, well, no, you get Sepith, and I don't really understand what that does, and you get like 10 different types of it, all in different colours, but the important thing is that you can change that for money and use it to buy shit. So I'm probably not meant to be doing that, judging by the complexity of that sentence, but I've just been getting this Sepith going, what the fuck is that? Trading it in for money and using it to buy shit with.
I liked materia. I don't know, I'm just saying that. People hated the junction system. I like that too. The only one I did think was stupid was in Final Fantasy 12, where you had to buy a license to learn how to wear a hat. This, by the way, is a segue.
That's a segue, because there's a remake of remaster, not a remake. It's not episodic, so it's only a remaster of Final Fantasy 12 has been announced.
Woo!
Which Chard is excited about, and I didn't like that game.
I loved everything but the last 5 minutes.
So hang on, it's not being remade, it's just being remastered and better graphics, is that?
Yeah.
Better graphics, they're like redoing the voice acting, redoing all the music. They're adding in some, apparently, I don't know if this will mean anything to you, Chard, there was some expansion release, Japanese only, which introduced some changes. Yeah, apparently that's now in like all editions, so there'll be some change to something or other.
Yeah. Well, at least they're only remastering it. They can't mess it up, surely.
Yeah, actually, I kind of prefer them to remaster games than
remake them.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look at
track record.
Sorry, I just went on the Final Fantasy 12 page and started playing music at me. I only played that game once through, but I remember really absolutely enjoying it because, like, it's Star Wars. People have said this. The story is essentially Star Wars. And I really enjoyed it. Really freaking enjoyed it. And then I fought this guy, and he turned out to be the last boss. And I went, oh. I'd really just got into that. That was really enjoyable.
So I just kind of felt... I really liked the setting of it, and I liked what I played of the story, but the battle system just, for me, felt like I was sort of watching a video of a battle.
It was the start of their decline of the battle system, to be honest.
Yeah, I could have some sort of loose influence on it, but I don't know, it didn't really seem to do much.
I can't remember what it was, but I remember that I'd set up my characters, because like basically you didn't have your limit breaks, you had quickenings. I don't quite remember how they worked, but I do remember that I'd set it up so basically in any fight I would just have infinite quickenings and just keep spanning Varms, and I'd always win. But I enjoyed the hunts. Like, it did the sort of Monster Hunter thing where...
That was cool, actually.
Yeah, you'd go to a guild, and there'd be a really powerful monster that they'd want you to hunt down and beat. And that was a really cool side quest, I thought. But the voice acting, and you say they're redoing it. I remember hearing it and thinking it sounded like it was done on a cassette recorder. It sounded really buzzy and poppy. Like, you go back and listen to it now. Fran's voice especially just sounded really buzzy.
Hang on, who's the bondage bunny girl? She completely doesn't fit in with the aesthetic of the game.
Fran.
Just like, hang on, this picture, she just looks completely out of place.
She is Fran, and she is amazing.
There we go.
She was my party. It was her, Balthier, and Fran.
Like, my guy's normal looking, like, white blonde guys, and then, black, sexy,
she's
like,
basically
bunny.
Chewbacca.
When you first start playing it, it's quite cool, but I did struggle to tell the characters apart a bit. Like, I'm sure Varn and Penello have the same face.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it's basically the same model. They were like, we've made this sort of blonde Aryan-looking guy. Cool, yeah, just use him for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, we also made this bondage bunny. All right, okay, we'll make one of them that. No, the characters are actually really cool. Like, their personalities are really cool. The way they're introduced into the story is really cool. And also, I started playing this game when the very last album by From Autumn to Ashes was released, and I was playing this whilst listening to that album, and it's a shame that they don't exist anymore. So it does have a little bit of nostalgia because of the musical association, and I'd quite like to play the remake and go back and listen to From Autumn to Ashes albums
I
again.
think the problem I had with FF12 was that I didn't have the feeling there was sort of a main character. Like, I thought it was Varn, but he didn't really do much. So I was like, where's the main character? And it kind of threw me. But I think now...
there was that bit at the beginning where he killed some rats in a sewer.
Yeah, that's true.
Character
But
building moment.
I just feel like...
That was a pretty defining moment.
I just feel like, maybe now I'm older, I'll appreciate the storytelling a little more. Maybe I'll actually work out what the story was. I don't know.
So I am actually... You've talked me into looking forward to that now, Chard.
Hey!
I was kind of nonplussed by that initially, but your love of it has sort of made me think maybe I'll give it another go and maybe I'll like it more.
As long as it comes to Steam. I'm trying to see if it's coming to Steam because I don't have a PS4. But I imagine it will be because... Basically, Final Fantasy's on Steam now.
13.2 was really good. That is the most underrated game in the Final Fantasy series.
It's also probably the only good Final Fantasy direct sequel.
Yes, it's my second favourite Final Fantasy game ever.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
What's going on with the football, Ed?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, I've been forgetting to check it rapidly. 0-0. Still 0-0.
Thank God he's watching that.
The possession, England have had 10% more possession.
Oh.
See, because
there have been literally 4 shots on target. So for 53 minutes of your life watching football, you get to watch 4 people attempt to kick a ball at a goal.
I've got to be honest, because we've been talking about games that involve like a lot of magic and fantastical worlds and cool characters, saying the phrase they've had 90% possession and 4 shots on target actually sounds really cool all of a sudden.
Oh, you could... Do you reckon you could make football interesting to people who don't like football?
Yeah,
by
make it blitzball.
Doing that. Yeah.
Make blitzball.
I wasn't that big a fan of Blitzball, Chard.
I loved it.
The official store. Oh, is this Final Fantasy?
Final
This
Fantasy
is the
10's
first
minigame.
page that comes up, though. It's a really badly done website for Blitzballs and bats.
Would you stop linking things that give me a fucking editing job?
Yeah,
Jeez.
That's literally a plastic.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. It's that.
Only $11.99.
I love that not only do they sell it on the front page of blitzball.com, there's a video where they expose the swerve ball as a blitzball knockoff.
I can't believe that they're knocking off the blitzball. That is unacceptable.
I had an amazing pop-up ad today that was one of those classic, trying to convince people they can get money quick off this scheme. And it had an interview with a, quote, rich British couple that couldn't be named. And the first question was like, what are you doing at the moment? We always see your luxurious life on TV and stuff. And they're like, oh, well, at the moment, we're just enjoying life tremendously. And that was the answer to the first question.
Fuck you, peasants.
Yeah. And I'm going to start answering that question. Can we rephrase, instead of asking what are you playing at the moment? Well, you could say, what are you playing at the moment? I'm playing the game of life and I'm enjoying it tremendously.
Frame rate's bollocks and I get motion sick, but other than that...
What was do we have a next question? Have we prepared?
Yeah. Do we have a question from the audience? I'm going to check the comments of the last one and see if there's any questions from the audience.
I don't think anyone asked us a question.
There's going to be at least one.
I'm going to check.
Okay. Ed, fill time.
Whilst Chard does that, I'm going to do the quick run through of E3 things and see whether Susie's excited about them, okay? So we're quick fire. Give me a level of excited reaction to these things,
okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Ready? Okay. They might have a new Xbox One there that's a bit more powerful, and it might have a 2 terabyte hard drive.
I haven't owned an Xbox since the Xbox 360, so no, I didn't even own that. I just used James's. So
excitement level 1 to 5.
2. No, 1.
Okay.
1. Yeah.
Okay. The new PS4 won't be there.
-1.
Okay. New Dead Rising game is apparently going to be announced.
I did Google that a bit, and it did look quite fun. So I'd say a 2 for that. 2 or 3.
Wow.
3's a bit much, though, 2.
Watch Dogs 2?
No, I only ever watched reviews about Watch Dogs and it didn't look like my kind of game, so 1.
Okay. And you know the ones who do, like... Did you ever like Skyrim or Morrowind and stuff? Apparently they're announcing something.
Is this Bethesda?
Bethesda, yeah. And it's people are speculating that it's going to be a remake / remaster of one of their games in the Elder Scrolls series, I guess.
I'd love it.
That could be quite interesting. Patrick would love it if they remade Morrowind, because his big thing is always, the questing in Morrowind was really interesting and amazing, but the questing in Skyrim was bad, which I didn't really agree with. But
I'd just like to suggest that we make the title of this episode Patrick's Big Thing.
Look, my job on
We're not doing the Jimquisition thing.
Because I don't have any opinions myself. It's just to spout shit that I've heard other people say. So I've covered what Total Bistic thinks about something. I've covered what Jim Sterling thinks about something. And now...
Notice us, Jim Senpai.
Jim Senpai.
Jim.
So, any questions from the last YouTube video, Chard?
There actually were.
Were there?
Whoa.
So if we do this, hang
on. Questions from the audience who watched the last podcast. What will they ask us? What do they want to know about? Fuck, I can't think of a rhyme.
It didn't really have a tune, but you were sort of keeping it up, but then at the end it just...
I had my hopes high that I was going to find a rhyme, but I couldn't remember the word that I was trying to rhyme with, so... You're doomed, really, when trying to rhyme with a word that you don't know what to rhyme. That's what Eminem said in his autobiography. The hardest thing to do is rhyme with a word that you can't remember what it was. So you've got to remember what the words are. That's what rap is all about. Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So, so if this is the Usual Thing podcast do, if you've got a question that you want to ask us, throw it in the comments. You might get a shout out and one of us beautiful people to... validate your existence. So
actually, throw it in the comments on the YouTube, because I can't be fucked to look elsewhere for comments.
Oh, is it not on YouTube? Is that why I couldn't see it?
Yeah, no, it is on YouTube.
Oh,
it's on YouTube. But this podcast is also available. I just can't see any
comments on the YouTube section. It's just any questions. I mean, for us, you can see comments.
Oh, don't worry. Okay, so brace yourself. I'm waiting. I want some good answers for this. The first question I found was from Pojeth. Hello, Pojeth. He says, the 6 gamers, but I only see 5. Has my entire life been a lie?
These are really, deliberate questions, then.
There's a question mark. It's a question.
Yes, your entire life has been a lie. I'm sorry.
Okay, so are we agreeing that Pojeth, your entire life is a lie? You don't exist.
You asked the question, deal with the answer.
We don't know how good his life's been. If his life's been shit, it being a lie could be a positive.
Yeah. Has your life been good or bad? Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't be asking these existential questions in the podcast.
Well, don't worry. It doesn't stop there. Nicodemus52. Hello, Nicodemus52. Nicodemus52 asks, don't you get it? The 6th gamer is you. Did I just blow your mind?
Are you just doing everything with a question mark on the end, even though they're definitely not questions for us?
That is a question on the comment section of the YouTube. Therefore...
Okay.
Did Nicodemus52 blow your mind, guys?
No.
Shit. Next, Narazakun. Will there be a day where subscribers can join you all in a live stream one day, 6gamers, like a Q&A type of live stream, or playing Hearthstone, or facing each other in Overwatch? Well, as a streaming person, I suppose I'll answer that one. Yes, if you see me streaming and you're in EU, let me know, and I'll add you to Battle.net. There you go. As for a Q&A type of live stream during a podcast...
Ask questions in the comments.
Twitch.tv/6gamers. We are 6gamers UK on Facebook and the 6gamers on Twitter. There'll be links in the description. Matija Reeby asks, no talk about Pokemans?
That's not a question.
There's a question mark.
There's a question mark at the end, yeah.
I'm guessing that was one for Chard.
I mean, they're right. There was no talk about Pokemon, so
what we should actually do at this moment is I'm going to link the pictures of the Sun and Moon starters. The starters for the new Pokemon generation, and we're going to discuss which would you choose were you to play Pokemon. I know who.
Okay, well my choice is obvious.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure it's as obvious as mine. I'm going to just get their names for you as well, actually, because that would help. So the starters, if you haven't seen the reveal for Sun and Moon, you have Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So you have Jesus Christ.
Wow.
He used.
I choose him.
Yeah. I can't think of a good joke there. So we have the little sea lion dog thing, which is the water type. That is Poplio. Then the fire cat is called Litten. Get it? Because it's a
Litten.
Cat lit on fire. And then there's Rowlet, which is the grass type, and it is the owl.
Well, I would definitely choose Litten.
Okay.
Because he looks like the more like badass street savvy of the three. Because the other two look a bit dim. They're sort of happy, still got exuberance in their expression, whereas Litten looks a bit more world weary. You're
suggesting Litten looks like, you know, he's a bit more of a scrappy one, bit of a fighter.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Let me give you.
It looks like he's had a rough life.
If you want to get drugs, Litten's the one who tell you where.
Exactly. His eyes are yellow as well, and you can always trust someone with yellow eyes.
It looks a bit seen as well, like you know, like emo kids who wear like those long socks that are stripy. Kind of looks like that.
Oh.
According to the Pokemon website, Litten is a fire cat Pokemon. It is 1 foot 4 inches high. It is logical but also passionate. Litten always remains cool-headed and doesn't show its emotions on the surface. Litten can attack with flaming hairballs. Its fur is rich in oils and immensely flammable. Litten grooms itself by licking its fur, then uses the collected fur as fuel for fireball attacks. When the time comes for Litten to shed its old fur, it all burns up in a glorious blaze.
Nice.
I was looking to see if I could see the... Yeah, I was looking to see if I could find the evolutions.
Litten more now.
So
I like the fact that Litten has got Dr. Robotnik's moustache. That's one thing he's got.
He actually has. That's amazing.
Yeah.
He's basically if Shadow the Hedgehog, Big the Cat, and Dr. Robotnik.
That's why he looks a bit embarrassed and slinky. There was he's ashamed of what happened to create him.
It even looks like he's walking away from the scene of the crime.
Oh gosh. I did not see that.
Okay, Ed, your choice.
I'm seeing things, man.
Your choice.
Well, let's just review. One of them is a shitty sea lion.
Yep.
One of them does have Dr. Robotnik's moustache, but one of them is a little plump owl with a leaf bow tie and a Kinder egg for a nose.
I know.
So
that one is
clearly the owl.
To be fair.
Clearly the owl. Like, there's no choice.
It's fucking adorable is what it is.
It's amazing. It's the best new Pokemon I've seen in ages.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were running out of ideas. I've seen, like, the Ice Cream Pokemon and Hone Edge, which is just a sword and shield Pokemon. This is an owl, a little rotund, jolly owl with a fucking leaf bow tie. And
I'm guessing that one's your favourite as well, then, Chard.
Right. Let me give you the. It's a foot tall. I mean, come on. I'd just give it a hug. Rowlet can attack without making a sound. It flies silently through the skies, drawing near to its opponent without being noticed, and then lashing out with powerful kicks with those stumpy little legs.
Adorable.
It can also attack from a distance using the razor-sharp leaves that form part of its feathers.
Look at its shit beak. It's not even got a point to its beak.
Nothing about that thing is threatening. Razor-sharp feathers, my ass. That thing is as soft as a cloud.
They're razor-sharp leaves.
He just look at him. He looks so happy to be here.
You're going to get like paper cuts, but from the... Look at the pictures of it attacking.
I know.
Oh my god.
I love the little happy one where it turns its head. Rowlet.
Rowlet.
He's linked it in Skype.
Yeah. Apparently its visual abilities are impressive. The darkness of night is no obstacle to Rowlet. It can twist its neck nearly 180 degrees from front to back so it can see directly behind itself. It has a habit of turning its head in battle to face its trainer and receive instructions.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I love the little picture of it turning its head, looking so fucking confused. It's like, what have I done?
Side.
Litten, what have you done? What have you become?
Fortunately, it can turn its head 180 degrees after it witnesses Litten's conception, so they can avoid having to watch it any further.
I want to see its evolutions. It's got to have evolutions leaked.
Its move in which it attacks with leaves is called leafage. Just gonna throw some leafage at you.
The move leafage attacks an opponent by striking it with leaves. Rowlet knows this move from the moment it becomes your partner. I want it to be my partner.
Oh, so that was Luke's voice. No,
let's give Poplio a chance. Its swimming speed is known to exceed 25 miles per hour. It's so unimpressive. It's not even like to a 10.
It's not even like a 30 mile per hour. Not even like the
surprised it doesn't say it's over 26 miles an hour. It's better at moving in the water than on land, so shit on land. Still, when it's on land, it takes advantage of the elasticity of its balloons. James might like this one. To perform acrobatic stunts and jumps. What elastic balloons exactly is it bouncing around on?
It takes advantage of the elastic. Oh my god, can't say that.
Of its pendulous bars.
There's a picture of it jumping on a massive water balloon and almost turning it into a pair of balls.
There's a couple of ones that have like been revealed, but like not officially. There's a little dog that looks a little bit, I've got to be honest, like a not Houndoom, the previous evolution. It's like a little puppy. It doesn't have an official US name yet, but its Japanese name is Iwanko. It has the ability Keen Eye.
Cut that out.
Here's the I like this detail. No matter how much it gets beaten, it will keep standing up to its enemies until it beats them.
No, that's made up. That is made up.
It greets people by pressing the rocks attached to its neck against them, which is kind of painful for the recipient. Its body is small, but it hides a secret.
What is it
This
called?
is made up.
Iwanko.
This is made up.
Iwanko.
This is not true.
That's the Japanese name. Iwanko.
No, it's not.
No, I swear
it isn't.
There is a Pokemon that was in Gold and Silver called Hyman Nuts.
Hyman Nuts?
Yep.
No, it's not.
Maybe I got to start playing Pokemon again.
It's true.
No, that is not real.
That's true.
So Galio looks like he's trying too hard. Like the other one just look cute, and he looks like he can actually do some damage.
He's like, there were no slots available in the new Digimon game. I'm coming over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're the legendaries for Sun and Moon. Soul Galio, I suppose, will be the
they are shit.
Sun one. Yeah,
they're shit. They're both shit. If you're listening, Nintendo, they're shit.
Yeah, not as good as Rowlet.
Well, no, nothing's gonna be that good.
I wish it had the evolutions. I want to see what that little rotund owl turns into. So there you go. That's your discussion on the Pokemons, Matija Rebby.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, that was actually, like a whole new section to the episode.
Yeah.
And again, loads of editing for me to do.
Sort.
I really want this just to be a picture of Rowlet for the entire video.
I think the episode should be called Iwanko.
I could just imagine Rowlet like serving drinks at a fancy do.
Oh, he would as well.
Yeah, he'd have like a little tray and like a towel over his wing.
There'll be one where he's got like a little earpiece in and he's going in to assassinate somebody at the feast, but he's posing as a waiter, and then when he gets up close to them, Litton's in his ear, he's like, now make you move, and he jumps up and starts kicking him, and the guy doesn't even feel it.
And then the reveal, Rowlet turns his head almost 180 degrees and there's a barcode on the back of his head, and he's actually Agent 47.
Whoa.
Oh my god, have you seen the Poplio picture? There's one of him blowing a water bubble with a Rowlet inside it.
Yeah. Which is unrealistic. He would never beat Rowlet in a fight. So
well exactly, because Rowlet's a grass type and Poplio's a water type.
Yeah,
get it right,
so
Nintendo.
Bullshit.
He's like a circus clown seal. That's bollocks.
Yeah, he is really bad.
Yeah.
That's shit. That is a shit. If you choose Poplio, you're wrong.
More like Pooplio.
Nice.
Do we have any other topics? Because I have a feeling that we've talked about the Pokemon for quite a while now.
Well, we got any more questions, or are we?
I don't think we had any real questions in the first place.
No, those were definitely questions. So let this establishes a convention.
Yeah.
If you leave a thing on our YouTube video that has a question mark in it, we will treat it as a question, because we have no fans.
Yeah.
And we don't get any real questions. Legitimately nobody cares what we think.
Can you really blame them?
No.
The end. Still naming the episode Iwanko, though.
I don't think you get to decide what to call the episode,
well,
because I think that's a shit title.
Heart. That's what matters. I don't care what you put.
That's a bad
title,
frankly. I'm going to make it your name, and then you're going to have to call yourself Iwanko from now on.
Okay, good.
Episode 2, Susie. Oh, I read that as Iwanko.
I'm going to go back into playing Overwatch now.
Cool. Well, yeah, let's wrap it up there. So, thanks for listening / watching / however you consumed this podcast. There'll be another episode. We can't promise when. We can't promise what people will be on there. It might be the B team again. We might roll out the A team if they're not busy watching
football.
Who is
the A team? Because I think Luke should be demoted because he was like, let's not count him in the A team anymore.
I think it'd be me and James.
Stop my fucking
Basically,
wrap up
it's
again.
the only ones that people know, which is Chard and James.
But Chard's been replaced now.
Yeah.
What, by that owl shit?
Yeah, that's right. So James and the owl.
I can't remember his name.
Heresy.
I remember Iwanko.
Heresy.
Owl shit and Iwanko are the A team, but they weren't available today, so we had to have Chard and you. I just think the A team is like when there's more of us here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, if you're listening to us and you're wondering why it's only 5 minutes long, the rest of it was bollocks.
But hey, we talked about Rowlet for a good 5 minutes.
Something there. Actually,
there'll be something salvageable.
Did Madman comment last time that he thought half an hour was too short? So.
There'll be something salvageable, I expect.
Oh.
And with that, good night.
Bye. Iwanko.